What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Sunday Funday Q&Anus. Ho, 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 ho.
I just wanna win on the low, low. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know. You making demands, I said whoa, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, no. Hey, yeah, whoa. My soul is stuck between dark and the light, it's like playing some musical chairs. They kicked me out, so I started a life, made a bag that was bigger than theirs. I win and I lose and I win and again, I can see why they think that's unfair. We put in the work and we making them bends, to be honest, I don't really share. You run with hitters, I don't understand. You killing good
What's
people,
up, what's up, what's up?
Round of the game, come get your mans, he's selling his soul for a couple of bands. I opened his eyes, lifted a hand, as far as you see, this is all in my land. Cause I've been through hell, then I came back, that's the one reason I don't give a damn. Whoa, devil knocked and I buzz him in. This is life with the son of man. Pour the drink,
You'll be able to see me just fine. It's just the intro. It's just the intro. Let everyone come on in. Patience. Have the patience.
I just wanna win on the low, low.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Ask me where I've been, I said don't know. You making demands, I said whoa, whoa, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, no. I said no, no. I just wanna win on the low, low. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know. You making demands, I said whoa, whoa, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, no.
Testing. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, fam. So as everyone comes in through the door, episode 1100 and Schwam. Dun, 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 dun. So we are doing a big stream today for the Sunday Funday, and it's gonna be juice. It's gonna be juicy.
You making demands, I said whoa, whoa. I just wanna win on the low, yeah. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know. You making demands, I said whoa, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, no. I just wanna win on the low, low. Ask me where I've been, I said don't know. You making demands, I said whoa, whoa. She wanna be friends, I said no, no.
All right. Doing great, fam. What's up, Mike? What's up, Kevin? D2H, John, Manolito. ¿Qué pasó, Beaches?
I can see why they think that's unfair. We put in the work and we making them bends, to be honest, I don't really share. You run with hitters, I don't understand. You killing good people, that wasn't the plan. Round of the game, come get your mans, he's selling his soul for a couple of bands. I opened his eyes, lifted a hand.
All right, here we go, fam.
Cause I've been through hell, then I came back, that's the one reason I don't give a damn. Whoa, devil knocked and I buzz him.
Shall we dance?
Life with the son of man. Pour the drink,
Shall we dance? Shall we do it? We ready? We ready? Everyone's in here. What up? What's up, YouTube fam? What's up, everybody? Alright. Wow, wow, wow. Episode 1100 and Schwam. Here we go. Swole Normith.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Test, testing, 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 testicles, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 1100 and Schwan of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and a slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Welcome everyone to 1101 and the Sunday Funday Q&Anus. So this is the open floor, open season Sunday Funday. We also are on the cusp of episode 5 of Game of Thrones, so hopefully the writing turns it around. I don't know if any of you are disappointed like Papa Swole, but I'm still taking that Iron fucking Throne. I'm still taking the Iron Throne, so suck it up, Buttercup. And for those of you that don't know, I usually stream this on the second channel, Daily Swole Podcast. So there will be no trolling accepted. If you're going to blow up the comments or the questions or the live stream, you will be turned off. So make sure you're nice, and we will have a good time on the live cast. Be nice in the comments because we stream this. Come on, be nice, be nice. You wouldn't kiss your mother with that mouth, will you? It's Mother's Day. Happy mothers to all the mothers out there that make sick fucking gains. If you don't advertise BCAAs or pre-workouts, go fuck yourself. I don't advertise shit. Anyway, so you can ask questions. Now is your chance to ask questions. Let it be known you can answer your questions, ask your questions, and I will answer questions. So disappointed with Game of Thrones. I know, most people are. The writing's garbage. I feel like they didn't even watch the edit. I feel like they didn't even watch it before they just put it out there. They didn't even check it. They didn't screen it. They didn't even bother. Just didn't even bother. All right, let's get into the first question of the day. Remember, you can watch this live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch every fucking day. There will be some more Ask Papa Swole episodes for those of you on YouTube. And remember, you could always ask questions on Instagram stories. So lots of stuff, lots of content everywhere. So welcome to anyone that might be new to the podcast. Make sure you also subscribe. You can go to swolenormousx.com and click on podcast in the main menu, and you can subscribe everywhere. Apple Podcast, you can subscribe to it on Spotify, wherever you like to listen. Overcast, all those little side apps, you can check it out. And we are here every single day. Blondes or brunettes? Let's see. All right, what kind of coffee I drink? I like darker roasts. No, I don't add sweetener to my coffee. All right, so we'll take some questions. Let's get some good questions. Let's try and keep it as fitness-oriented as possible because that would be more interesting, but I'll see. I'll pick some good ones. Got a lot of questions coming in. All right, here we go. All right, from Jay's question. I've been lifting for a couple months now, 4 times a week. I'm a girl, by the way. That's cool. My back hurts a lot, and I feel like I have sharp pain under my shoulder, and it hasn't gone away. Concern. Well, because you say you have sharp pain, you're going to have to go see a doctor. I'm not going to be able to diagnose you, nor can I diagnose you in person. I'm not going to diagnose you over the interwebs. If your back hurts a lot, that's vague. Your back is a big area, and you have sharp pain under your shoulder. So either your back hurts a lot, or you have shoulder pain, or you have both. Sounds like you might have some structural issues or a nerve impingement, or you have a strained muscle, or you start lifting too much too soon. Maybe you have a stress fracture. I don't know. I would definitely have concern. It doesn't mean that's not fixable, but a lot of times when you start training, if you're starting with an improper foundation and not like a real secure foundation, it could be something that you need to address with activation exercise, like glute activation. Maybe your form is off. I couldn't tell you exactly what's going on, unfortunately, but thank you for your question. Is carb cycling a meme diet? I don't even know what that means. Is a meme diet? What does that mean? Carb cycling's real. People do that. I'm not a fan, personally. I'm not a fan of carb cycling for myself. I don't like it. Do you think reverse dieting is efficient? If you're going to use terms, you need to define them, because I don't trust that everyone has the same definition of some of these terms. So what are you referring to as a reverse diet? You'd be surprised how many people ask me about ketosis and they have no fucking idea what keto actually is. So, diet tips for vegetarians who refuse to eat soy. Eat eggs. You got some good questions. Rapid fire, fam. Rapid fire. Hey, Papa, did you seen this new mouthpiece that says puts your whole body into alignment to fix your issues with lifting? No, I haven't. If you push your tongue to the top of your mouth, I mean, you have muscles that control your tongue. So when you activate your tongue in certain positions, you're going to activate muscles in the front of your neck that can help you with cervical flexion, but it doesn't mean like you're going to have amazing posture in your entire body. I think that's a little bit of a excessive claim. I heard there was a Starbucks coffee in Game of Thrones. It wasn't a Starbucks coffee. They left a coffee cup in the scene. People make mistakes, but if there was amazing writing and they forgot that one thing, people would let it go. People are pissed because the episodes have sucked. And my question is, why are they only doing 6? I don't care if it's for money or financial reasons. You can't, the biggest show in history pretty much couldn't raise some more money to make sure you have fucking 4 more episodes? You couldn't go into things in a little bit more depth? You couldn't write this out a little bit longer? Just lazy. Which is sad. It's depressing. How could you get lazy with this season when you took another extra 6 months or a year to film it? It's like, how can you destroy yourself? Question, Papa Swoleo. Does strength training build muscle as opposed to doing hypertrophy? Same thing. They're components of the same thing. Strength training is a component of hypertrophy. You're not going to build as much muscle if you don't do as much volume as, like, let's say bodybuilding splits, for example. So no, strength training is strength training and hypertrophy is muscle size. So no, it's not going to build as much muscle. It's going to build muscle. It's not going to develop the muscle and build the muscle in terms of volume as much as doing hypertrophy training. What are your thoughts on the carnivore diet? It's an extreme elimination. I think only people that should be considering it are probably those that are currently suffering from tons of like severe issues that have no other option. What do you think about Yamuna body rolling? I don't know about it. Yamuna? Haven't heard of Yamuna. Best ways to work your hip flexors. Work or stretch? Always stretching post-workout, but it's always rough post. What do you mean by work? Is foam rolling necessary? If you do it, what's your general routine? Foam rolling the muscles. Is it necessary? Nothing's necessary. Depends on what result you want. Did you watch the new Athlean X vid on intensity? No, I don't watch his content. I've seen some videos, but I don't watch his videos. Let's see. Is starvation mode real? I eat very little food, but I can't lose. How much food are you eating? Are you actually calculating it? Or are you just saying that you eat very little food because you perceive to be eating a little food? A lot of times people eat far more than they think they do. Which barbell do you use for squats and deadlifts? Brand? I have no fucking idea what the brand is. I'm scrolling through. So if you don't get your question answered, because I'm scrolling through some of the new ones and some of the middle ones. So if I miss it, you can just ask again. I'm getting tons of stuff on my screen, so I'm not going to see everyone's question. Is there a way to calculate your BMR? You could do it by like your body, your height, and your weight, and you can approximate with your energy expenditure. Depends. You're talking about BMR or resting metabolic rate. It's a very general way unless you do an actual test. I'm not an expert on diastasis recti, the spreading of the abs. You got to strengthen your core like anything else. I'm not sure of anything that would be specifically directed to that aside from standard core strengthening. I'm not an expert in postpartum training in that sense. I don't know if there's anything special that you would do. I don't know if there's any like manual manipulation or things you would do. If you people really need fucking explanation about nuts on your chin, come on. You need help. You need help figuring that out. If I'm face fucking your mouth with knowledge cock, you're going to have nuts by default on your chin. No one gets that. No one gets that. No one understands. That's where the nuts will go. Where else will the nuts go? There's nowhere else. You've obviously never seen, received, or given a blowjob before. You've never been on the receiving end if you don't understand what nuts on your chin means. I love this podcast. Papa Swolio, where did you learn that Espanol? Ha! I learned it in school and for living in South Florida for 15 fucking years. I'm over it though. I'm over it. Do you think they will bring the third Targaryen from the Golden Company into the show from the book? I don't know. They're very good in the show, just like the book. I mean, if there's a piece of information, usually it's because it's important. However, in the show, things have been very vague. They're not really bringing in all the information they can't because there's so much content in the books. So I don't know. I think it's too late for a lot of these storylines. A lot of people thought these things were going to get tied up because it was season 8, but after the first 4 episodes, when people are seeing now what has been covered, like, oh, they're not touching, they're leaving, they're ignoring major parts of the storyline. If they don't do any follow-up stuff with the Night King, people are going to lose their shit. I think that should have been the last episode. That episode should have been at the end, and then they should have told the story differently. They should have gone to King's Landing first. They should have offset that more. I don't know. Like, that was the climax. I don't give a fuck about the Iron Throne. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that ugly-ass chair. The Night King stuff was the part that was really interesting. The first episode of the fucking series. That was the confusion, the mystery. I don't think he's done. I don't think it's over. I don't think it possibly could be. That'd be really bad. That'd be really bad if that whole storyline was literally over. I don't think it's done yet. I have a thought, but I don't know if they're going to have time. I don't know if they're going to go into that much depth. I still feel like, look, if even with bad writing, I think it's sketchy. I think it's sketchy that they just left it. Oh, they killed him and they moved on. How bad can your writing be? Come on, that's grade school shit. You're just going to leave that? I think Jon might still be Azor Ahai and he has to kill Bran because Bran's the Night King. But that's like some hardcore time travel twisting, storyline that I don't know if they're going to have time to tie up. I don't think they can do that anymore. They'd have to jump into that right away. Who knows? I know you're into Bigfoot simulation running. Barefoot simulation running? There's no simulation. I'm into barefoot running. I have no arches, so knees and hips turn inward. Should I just run barefoot to avoid pain? I focus on form. No, you shouldn't just run barefoot, even if you don't have issues like that. You should be strengthening your feet. Practice yoga and start doing strengthening exercises for your feet and for your ankles. And start walking around barefoot more. Don't just go right into running. Never do that. You're going to get stress fractures and fuck yourself up. Hurt your knees and shit. What do you mean? If I can only afford one or the other, do you think there's more benefit to joining Swolenormous X or getting full bloods every 6 months? What's a full blood? You mean blood work? We don't do blood work in Swolenormous X. I'm not sure what you're asking. Full bloods. I don't know what that means. You're gonna have to re-deliver that question. Mia Maven, Papa Swolio, what do you suggest for a middle-aged woman who is interested in getting into yoga and has never attempted it? To start, just fucking do it. What would I suggest? To start with a beginner yoga class. Anyone that's never done yoga, start with a beginner yoga class. Simple. Everyone and anyone, do it. Do it. I eat 1,200 to 1,300 calories a day. I am 222 pounds. I can't lose shit, but maybe it's sugar. There's something else going on there. You're not exercising. You should get checked out. If you're eating 1,200 calories and you're not losing, there's something else going on there. You could check out my content on the elimination diet and things like that, but that can't be accurate. Very, very sketchy. I know it's what you're perceiving and I don't know everything that's going on your end. So we're both working without all the information. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Why do you believe feederism from Sonny Mentz on Facebook? Why do you believe feederism is a thing? Thoughts on people being fed to death for pleasure? People want attention. People want attention and they're bored out of their fucking minds. People need some more purpose. There's always going to be weird people. There's always going to be weird people. People have been weird as fuck for thousands of years. Everyone's weird. I mean, some people want to fuck their car's tailpipe. Some people want to, shove food down their throat until they explode and they look like a blimp. I don't know. Thinking about counting macros, although I don't really want to. Then don't. Yeah, fuck King's Landing. Fuck that place. Fuck that. Fuck that castle. Who gives a shit? You got dragons. What do you need a cat? Like, you're fine. Fly anywhere in the world. You want that dirty little fucking chair in that little throne room? Right? Come on. She was fucking Queen Dothraki. She had that cool pyramid, you know, and shit. You need to go to that castle, really? You need that castle? You want to be queen? You want that much responsibility? You want to be fucking queen? What pisses me off is how they made the female characters all bitches in this season. The fucking hardcore writing that George R. Martin did on Brienne and Arya, you know, it's like just made them bitches. Made them bitches. Arya, oh, I just want to bang before the battle. Brienne's all sad because Jaime's leaving. Don't leave me. She's a fucking knight. She's a knight. She's a hardcore knight, especially in this day and age when, you know, everything is turning female and everyone's overly writing female characters, like they're overdoing it to the point where it's affecting the writing. It's just not the best storyline. I'm all about strong female characters. Then you have a show like Game of Thrones that writes the fucking most badass female characters ever. And then you're going to make them like bitch out they get soft at the end. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like what they did to Brienne. They ruined that. Why can't you have a fucking friendship? Why can't Jaime and Brienne just keep this utter respect? Why do they have to bang? That would not have happened. I don't buy that shit for a second. I don't buy that shit. I don't buy that shit for a fucking second. Says let's only talk about fitness every Sunday. Every Sunday. I just didn't put in the title. Every Sunday it's the Sunday Funday Game of Thrones. Sunday Funday Game of Thrones Day. We do this every Sunday. Maybe if you haven't been on the podcast and the live cast, we talk about Game of Thrones every Sunday since it came out this season. In addition to the Q&A. It's Game of Thrones or fitness. What else do you need? What else do you need? Let's see. Brittany FFF. Do I have to eat a lot more to gain muscle mass? Since I've been working out, I do get hungrier than usual, but I don't feel the need to do much more besides eat when I'm hungry. What the hell does that mean? You don't feel the need to do much more besides eat when you're hungry? What else would you do when you're hungry? You're going to eat. That's a terrible question. That's a terrible question. You answered your own question, and it was extremely vague. You might want to reformulate that. I'm happy to answer a question that makes sense, though. Do I have to eat a lot more to gain muscle mass? Probably. If you're asking that question, I'm sure that's the answer. And you're going to get hungry when you're exercising, sure, because you're utilizing more calories. Your body it needs more repair. Your body's using more energy, so it's going to look for more energy. Do you have any opinion on gyms that are only meant for overweight people? What's only meant for, are you talking about Planet Fitness? That's not meant for overweight people. It's not meant for that. I know what you mean. Are there gyms out there that are only, like, literally? Because you don't have to be overweight to go to Planet Fitness. I don't want that to start getting spread. There's nothing wrong with you going to Planet Fitness. I know a lot of you go. Don't worry. Anytime someone says they don't like Planet Fitness, it's just the mentality that you can't lift heavy weights. There's certain things about it that morally, it's like it goes morally against what fitness is about. However, a lot of you, it's just a good price and it's a convenient place to go live. So don't feel shamed that you go to Planet Fitness. A lot of people go because it's inexpensive and it's local, and they openly talk about how they're shamed because they go to Planet Fitness. Can you tell me to get my lazy ass up and work out? Yeah, get your lazy fucking ass up and work out. How do I lose fat super fast? You don't. Can't wait to get on Swolenormous X. Can't wait to have you. Stoked for that. Do you think you and Brittany Dawn would ever cross paths in person? I'm sure that'd be an interesting interaction. I hope not. I honestly don't wish anything bad for her. I really don't. I want her to get her shit together, and I've given her advice on how she could do that. And obviously, that has not been taken. So I don't know what else to say. I mean, if I wanted to, I can make videos to the day I die. There's just no more. What else am I going to talk about? I've covered everything. Everything. Stink Stargazer. Good one. Let's see. Papa Swolio, first, you're a boss. Thank you. Second, hex squats or deadlifts. Which do you prefer? Hex squats or deadlifts? Oh, those are two completely different things. You mean hex bar squats? You mean holding it? So it's kind of like a deadlift. You mean hex bar deadlifts? A squatter is either a squat or a deadlift, or it's a hex bar. There are two different things. You could do a hex bar squat and you could do a hex bar deadlift. I mean, they're both two different things. I don't like to pick one over the other with any exercise. So anytime you have an exercise or you look around the gym and you have all these different pieces of equipment, it's just tools in your toolbox. You have different choices, you have different options to do. And there's no really good or bad, because some people might prefer one exercise, because if you have a certain limb length or you have a certain, postural alignment and it's more comfortable for you to do a hex bar deadlift, then that might be better for you. If you have back pain or you just can't get the right angle, you don't feel it properly doing a regular standard conventional deadlift, then it's just probably not for you. Why do something that doesn't work for you? If you find something that works, do it. That's pretty much what fitness is all about. You got to find what works for you, but you have to try those things. Otherwise, you're not going to know. Brittany Dawn blocked me on Instagram. How proud should I be of myself? I will say that I'm impressed that she hasn't blocked me. I don't look at her stuff anyway, but I'm surprised she probably doesn't. She probably knows at least that much. Don't block someone who's going to respond and make another video about it if you do. But she hasn't. Which I do find impressive, to be honest. Any diet tips if you suffer from migraines? I would do an elimination. I would cut out things like dairy. This is me. If I had chronic migraines, I would cut out processed sugar, like, just any kind of junk food, sodas, fruit juices. I would cut out gluten and grains. I would cut out dairy. I would, limit certain other vegetables and certain types of fruits, perhaps, and probably caffeine. I would go through a cleansing, like an elimination diet, to see which was causing the migraines, because a lot of that is directly related to your food intake. There's so many people and so many members of Swolenormous X and people of just this greater community that have cut out and done the elimination and gotten rid of their migraines. So at least it's something to check out. The worst thing that can happen is you go through this process and maybe it's something else. Chances are it's not, but you don't know until you try it. I mean, wouldn't it be great to go through this and find out, wow, these couple foods I've been eating for a long time cause me migraines. Now I can live a better life. That's worth 4 to 6 weeks, I would say. So that's what I would recommend. Don't lie, you stalk her. Ha, no, I don't, I swear. Do you wear a fitness belt every time doing squats and deadlifts? No, I don't. You want to make sure your belt fits you too. A lot of people wear belts that are loose, but no, I don't do it every time. Top 5 fitness book. Oh, I'm not going through a book list. I don't read fitness books. I don't know what top 5. I have actually an Audible, but I can't think of them on the top of my head. It's like nutrition books. Books about evolutionary biology and stuff like that. I like heavy rack pulls, but squeeze my gluteus. What would be some good exercise to hit the glutes? You could do hip bridges. You could do single leg hip bridges, 2-leg hip bridges. You could do single leg squats. You can do single leg RDLs, single leg balance. You can do, those are some good ones right there. How do you feel about Cole Robinson and a snake diet? I don't know what I've heard that before. I haven't actually looked into it. I don't know what the snake diet actually is. Is that like a fasting diet? Thoughts on keto? It's fine for some people. Not everyone likes keto. Are you related to buff dudes? Not even close. I have a much longer beard. I don't look anything like those two guys. I've never seen their content, though. I think I've watched a video. Trisha, let's see. Gluten was a culprit for the majority of my migraines. Yeah, so I mean, it's great to find that out. It's great to find that out, and that's common for that to be the case. So it's a good place to start. And people still read books. Well, Audible's great. It saves a lot of time, too. Do you and your girl battle cravings? I don't battle cravings. I crave food. When I'm hungry, and I eat my food I'll have. my steak or eggs, and I have my sweet potatoes. I just have dinner. I mean, salty, I love olives. Sweet, in terms of fruit, I like frozen fruit, blueberries, frozen blueberries and raspberries and blackberries and stuff. And I drizzle some coconut oil on it, some cinnamon. It's great. Dark chocolate, cacao nibs and shit. It's awesome. Love it. I was taking full-blown vision, went migraines about once a month, stopped drinking Diet Coke and haven't had a single one in 4 years. And people say, what, quality doesn't matter of food? Get the fuck out of here. You have migraines chronically once a month and then you stop drinking Diet Coke and you don't get them for another 4 years. I wonder if that's related. I wonder. Ooh, that's a good question. I've been watching your videos for a while now and I really enjoy them. However, I've come across the problem of doing chin-ups and not being sure whether I need to go chin to bar or nuts to chin to bar. That's a great question. I don't know if I can answer that for you. That's a really good question. Dun, 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 dun. What do you eat when you're craving something sweet? I think I just mentioned that. Frozen berries and shit. I love it. Thanks for keeping me company on my walk. You're welcome, Carissa. Listening to books isn't reading. It's the consumption of information. That's what's important. It's gathering information. That's what's important. How do you make your bone broth? You put them in a crock pot, bring it to a boil, and then simmer it for 48 to 72 hours. How much water do I drink? I drink 32 ounces first thing when I wake up, and then I chug throughout the day. Do I ever eat pasta or pizza? Not in a long time. I just don't crave it. I don't have any desire for it. I don't like to think of food necessarily as healthy or unhealthy, but there's foods that are going to work for you and foods that aren't going to work for you. And a lot of people are working in cheat meals and are slacking with their diet a lot more. You might think that you're doing really good. You might think you're doing great with your nutrition. Honestly, you might think that you're doing well with your nutrition. But then when you really analyze it and you track it and you put it all down on paper, you realize, wow, I'm binging, I'm fucking eating crap all the time. In your mind, your perception of it was, oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing well. When in reality, you're just not seeing, you're kind of tuning out, unless you're actually tracking, you're tuning out all the shit that you're eating, the little snacks you're having, the extra servings that you're having. You don't realize how much you're consuming and or how little you are expending in terms of energy. I'm hoping Cersei gets roasted by a dragon. Who do you think will take her out? Two things. Either Jaime will kill her or she'll get wounded, and I think her and Jaime will die in each other's arms. I think her and Jaime are going to die together in each other's arms. I don't know if he's going to kill her or she's going to be wounded and they're both going to like bleed out and die together. Something like that. Because he always said he wanted to die in the arms of the woman he loved. And he left Brienne, unless they're going to they're going to flip the script and he's going to come back and die in Brienne's arms. Oh, wow. I don't think so. Either he's going to go kill Cersei or he loves her and I don't know, that relationship is so fucked up. Do I meal prep? I usually make a bunch of food in advance. I mean, I'll make a steak and it might go for 2 days. Or if I make, I guess, whatever, a container of beef or whatever it is. Yeah, I'll usually make a bigger amount and I just take out when I need. I only eat usually once or twice a day. Just out of, just timing wise, I usually don't eat until later on in the afternoon and evening. I don't purposely do intermittent fasting or anything, but I usually just backload. Usually most of my consumption is later on in the day. Protein like legumes, seeds, and soy. Oh, I don't consume those. I don't eat beans or soy. And I don't really have a lot of seeds. Personally. For me, migraine came from sleeping with 2 pillows. Oh, I guess anything's possible. Good exercise to build upper middle chest. My gym doesn't have cable machines. Do a pinch press. Hold 2 plates together, pinch your hands together like this, and push them out, or you can push them out with a little bit of a front raise to squeeze. Get that full, get your humerus in, pull it towards the midline, get that nice horizontal adduction. ADD, adduction. doesn't too much water flush out minerals? If that's the case, it'd have to be an excessive amount of water. When you say too much water, I think people underestimate how much water you need to have too much water. It's not comfortable to drink that much water. Very rarely do people get water poisoning. Do people over drink water? That's not common. Dana G. Hey, Papa Swolio. No question. Just wanted to thank you for your comments on meditation lately. I've been super stressed with finals and work, and I tend to stress eat. Meditation's huge. I recommend, I'll just put that out there now that everyone's watching here. Make sure, implement that. Start a meditative practice. Download a guided meditation app. There's a bunch on the App Store. Go check it out. It's good. It's good for you. How should I deal with nuts on my chin? It depends. Are you happy with the situation? If you're happy with it, then you got some different options. Choose your adventure. You get to choose. What page do you want to jump to? You get to choose your own adventure. Isn't it? Choose your own adventure story. Nuts are on your chin. Do you want to A, clamp down really hard, go to page 72. Relax your jaw and your throat. Go to page 45. I love the snake diet. Please check it out. I don't want to do research. Can someone tell me what the snake diet is? Please save me the time instead of burning my eye holes out. Do you think those who do weekly cheats will eventually feel the effects from the processed chemical foods? Maybe. It definitely doesn't perpetuate a good relationship with food. It gives you that bulimic binge mentality, and it kind of programs that into you. I don't feel the need to cheat. I don't feel the need to binge. So it's not like I'm going to be a Nazi, like, you shouldn't eat that. Don't eat that. Stop eating that. I just don't feel that because I enjoy the food. I'm so satisfied. And a lot of you know that when you're eating really satisfying foods, when you're eating full meals, you just don't get hungry. And the way I think about food is not, hey, I'm going to have some fun. Let's go eat food. No, I eat my food. I got my fuel. Okay, let's go do something. Do something that's entertaining. You don't have to get your entertainment from what you're putting in your mouth. Get your fuel and then do your activity. Fuel up, go to the gas station. You don't go to the gas station and fucking dance around like it's a club. You go, you fuel up, and you drive away. Same thing with your kitchen, with your food. It's not for entertainment. It's for survival. Like, eat and then go on with your day. Yeah, alcohol has a lot of calories. It almost has as much as fat. 7 calories per gram. And you can order heritage pork online. Sure, just do a Google search and see which one works for you. If I missed the question, then just type it again. I had to work, Donald on Facebook, I had to work a 30-hour shift and went to the gym after. Did I do more damage than it was worth? A 30-hour shift, like straight, and went to the gym after. Did I do more damage? After being up for 30 hours, I don't know. The one thing that you have to be careful of when you are fatigued, when you're exhausted like that, is you don't want to make a mistake. Your body's probably more dehydrated than you realize. Your body is in a really vulnerable condition. If you do a workout, and I've done this, so I'm talking from experience. If you go do a workout with something like that, when you're exhausted, when you're really devoid of sleep, and you're going to the gym because you want to stay consistent, I know that feeling, so I've done it. Go and just do low risk exercise. Go and do like the pull down machine or something, or like lat pull downs. Go do some very light pressing, do things that you don't have to. Don't go and do heavy deadlifts. Don't go and try to set a PR for squats. Don't do high risk exercises. Stretch and mobilize and just be there. Don't try to make all your gains, because when you are not fully rested and recovered and with a sharp mind, you can make a mistake and you don't want to get hurt. After a 30-hour shift and you go to the gym, you want to keep, you want to stay consistent, and then you hurt yourself and then you're out for, come on, like, it's not worth it. What type of yoga do I practice? All types. Vinyasa, Ashtanga, it doesn't matter. Yin yoga, there's all sorts of types of yoga. For those that are listening, I practice, in Swole Enormous X, we have all sorts of classes. We have prop classes, we have restorative classes like yin yoga, we have Ashtanga, we have different levels, we have beginner classes. So I do the ones personally, either I do my own flow, We have that in Swolenormous X, the full yoga classes. We also have the class that I teach, Swolga classes, Swolenormous Yoga, Swole Yoga. So those are like 25, 30 minutes, a little shorter flows. And we have so much mobility and so much variety for yoga. But for anyone listening, if you go to a studio and you see all these different names for yoga classes, don't get overwhelmed. Just start with a beginner flow. Tell the person at the front desk or tell them that you are a beginner, it's your first time, and they'll hook you up. They will take care of you because they want you to come back, right? So just make sure don't try to be a boss. Like, oh, I can handle an advanced class. Sure, I exercise. No, you're going to get fucking destroyed. And it's not something that should destroy you. It's just going to be so challenging because you're doing things in such a different way. Yoga is so different from weightlifting, which is good, which is why you want to do it. But in my opinion, what's the best method of cardio to build endurance faster? It depends on what you want endurance for. That's such a vague question. There's so many different types of endurance. I think hill sprints are great, and interval sprinting and stuff is great. The snake diet, eating only snakes for 4 weeks. Okay. I'm 5'5" and 115 pounds. I'm pretty thin. I want to stay slim but look more fit and toned. Do I need to gain weight to achieve this? Yes, you need to build muscle, which is gaining weight. There's no such thing as being toned. There's building muscle and there's decreasing muscle and gaining fat or decreasing fat. There's no such thing as being toned. That just means you have muscle and you're defined. You're welcome, Mia. Thank you. Snake diet is just longer-term fasting while drinking potassium water with magnesium. Oh, so you're not cramping, so you're getting some electrolytes. Longer-term fasting, what does that mean? How long? Snake diet is a fasting-focused lifestyle. You fast for longer periods, 24 to 48 to 72 hours. Really fat people do it for days and lose fat fast. It helped me with insulin resistance. Well, I wonder why they lost fat. It's because they didn't eat. You can lose weight by dieting too, like not eating as much, not stuffing your face as much, and eating better foods and getting full faster. And so there's different ways to do it. You're losing a lot of water too. Everyone thinks that just because you're 50 pounds overweight, that when you lose 10 pounds, wow, I lost 10 pounds of fat. No, you probably lost 8 pounds of water and maybe like a pound or two of fat. People are very, 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 very unknowledgeable about fat loss and how much water you actually have. Your body is literally like 70% water. When you're losing anything, you're losing a shitload of fucking water. A shitload of fucking water. CIG. Let's see. Instagram. Have you tried the juice diet? No, I have not. You're welcome. Is 218. Getting lean bulking. What about it? Getting lean while you're bulking? Pick one. Water intoxication. You mean water poisoning? What about it? Anal carry holsters. Anal carry. This is fucking funny. You guys are funny as shit. There's no fast way to lose weight and get healthy. That might be the illusion that it comes in a shorter period of time, but try keeping it off. That's the problem. Everyone thinks of this as maybe you did lose 20 absolute pounds. What if you lost 20 or 30 pounds right away? That doesn't mean you're going to keep it off. That's why these like diets, whatever, the snake diet and this, you lose anything fast. No, don't do anything that's claiming fast. There's no fast. There's nothing fast. If you lose 20 pounds in a fucking week, which is really dangerous. If you lose 20 pounds in a fucking week, what happens after that week? You're still alive for 60 more years. You got to keep that off. Where are the habits that you created? You didn't create any fucking habits. You just stopped eating and starved yourself. So you lost some water weight and you lost some fat. It's an illusion. You're not creating the right habits. So those kinds of rapid weight loss are dangerous because it stresses your body out. And chances are you're going to gain it back. Most people gain shit back. Why? Because they don't have the right fucking habits in place. So they're going to gain it back. I hate the word fast when it comes to fitness. It doesn't happen fast. Nothing good comes fast. Nothing. No one wants anyone to come fast. in bed or otherwise. You don't want to go fast. You don't want fast. You don't want fast because you're not building anything of quality. You're not building that foundation. If you're in a rush, you're thinking about your fitness and your health wrong, in my opinion. What do I think of vegetable-based noodles? I think they're noodles that are made out of vegetables. I think it's kind of strange. Depends on what else they put in them. What got you into yoga? I forget. I tried it after a long time. And then I realized what it was, and I was hooked. Fasting can be healthy? Sure. It can. Cole is a tard, man. He's like a cult leader. He gets people to starve, but they don't feel like shit because they're drinking salt water. He also drinks his own piss and eats raw meat. What? Whoa, wait, this got out of hand fast. What just happened? This guy eats raw meat and drinks his own piss. I need more information on this now, fam. This is great. This is great. I love getting my information third party like this. I have no interest in looking up this human being. So whatever other information I need, you can put it right here. I could not give less of a fuck. Maybe I'll make a video on it. I just don't care. That's when I put some nuts on someone's chin. When I just don't, I'm like, no. All right, I'm just going to make this video. I'm learning to love yoga, having to take a few days off from oral surgery Friday. Good stuff, man. Best advice for someone that's obese with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia that wants to lose weight and get healthy. Well, I mean, you're still a human being. You're still a human being and you still have the same basic functioning like a human being in terms of what your body needs to lose weight and what situation your body needs to build muscle and to get healthier. I would look into the elimination diet. I would look into it as long as you don't have any contraindications with medications or things that you're doing. I would look into really focusing 1000% on meditation and your nutrition. I would really get your nutrition in order. Because if you have all those issues, you're obese, on top of that, you need to lock down your nutrition. So I would recommend going through that process if you can, if you're cleared and everything, to eliminate a lot of these commonly inflammatory foods and foods that cause people a lot of allergic reactions. And maybe you can work through some things and figure out some things that might be affecting your health negatively. You're welcome. What type of Vibrams are best for the gym? It depends. I mean, I think some are meant for outside, some are dress shoes. I like the classics. I just like the most minimum ones, but I've seen other kinds in there too. So it's really up to you, but you could just look at the descriptions and see what they're designed for. Daniel, I started meditating ever since I started my BJJ class. Nice. Good for you. Good luck on your test. Elimination diet seems much safer than the snake diet. It's completely safe. The elimination diet just means way of eating. I don't like the word diet being used and thrown around negatively. It just means way of eating. Way of eating. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. You're just cutting out some fucking shit. You're not eating garbage. And you're testing your stuff. When eliminating and being plant-based, what does that even fucking mean? I'm so tired of the word plant-based. I'm so tired of that fucking phrase. Are you vegan or not? Are you a vegetarian, a vegan? Plant-based is so fucking vague. God, and this is not about you, Sam. This is just, I saw the phrase plant-based and I'm just getting angry. I'm so tired of that phrase. It's such a gray area. Doesn't that piss off anyone else? What does that fucking mean? Plant-based? So you're eating meat. Oh yeah, but my base is plant. Like mostly plant. Like, I don't give a shit. Are you a vegetarian? Like, what's the difference? You're plant-based. So that's a new thing. So you could be vegetarian, you could be vegan, you could be omno, lacto, whatever the fuck, right? Oh, but then I'm plant-based. That seems like a pussy's way. It seems like an influencer's way of saying that they're a vegan, but not having to commit. That's like a lazy vegan. I'm plant-based. I don't know why I gave them a lisp, but just, it felt right. It felt right. What's the best way to find a good meal plan for myself? Elimination diet. That's what I promote. It helps you figure out what foods work best for your body, and then you can decide which lifestyle is right for you. That's what we do inside Swole Normus X. You go through the elimination diet, you figure out which foods your body reacts best to, and then we help guide you towards maybe you want to try a vegan lifestyle, or maybe you want vegetarian, or you like pescatarian, or you want to try intermittent fasting. But if you have the right foods and you know which foods your body prefers, likes to use, what foods you feel best on. I mean, guys, if you figure out what foods your body reacts best with, then worry about the lifestyle choice. Then worry about whether you're going to do paleo or keto. Like, don't get it backwards. Focus on what foods your body likes the best, and then you can choose how you want to eat. If you want to do intermittent fasting, fine. But then you know when you're eating your food, when you're intermittent fasting, that you're getting the foods that your body responds best to. So then it's a double win. Then you're being consistent. You're eating the foods that your body likes, and you're choosing a lifestyle and a way of eating that you can adhere to. And then it's a win-win. You're consistent as fuck, and guess what? You'll get results. Do you buy most of your meat at Publix? No. I mean, you can order it online. I get it from different places. But I do shop there. Yeah, there's a lot of places to get good food. Do a fat gagger of meth every... No, don't do that. No meth. He does urine therapy? What the fuck? He does urine therapy? You mean you're drinking your own piss? Fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Raw pee and raw meat? God damn. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are these fucking things? John Magin, my niece swears by this medical medium clown who pushes celery juice as a cure-all. It pisses me off. The so-called doctor needs multiple nuts on chin bukkake. Sounds like it. Celery juice. The magic celery juice. The magic celery fucking juice. My God. My God. My God. What is this world coming to? What is happening? So what's up, everyone? Those of you that are joining for the first time, this is the Daily Swole motherfucking podcast every fucking day. So we're live every day. This is the first time in a while that I've streamed on the main YouTube channel. So what up, YouTube? There's a second channel. It's called Daily Swole Podcast, and I stream there every day. So the main channel is where I post those videos, and I put the nuts on chin, Ask Papa Swolio. But I'm thinking about doing this every Sunday and streaming the Sunday Funday Q&Anus on the main YouTube channel on Sundays only. So if you like it, and I think you are liking it, if you're digging it, then just drop a comment, let me know, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and comment. That way I know that you're enjoying the live cast, because I haven't done this it's been about a year, I think, since we did a live cast on the main channel, because it was killing the algorithm. No one was getting my regular videos weren't getting any exposure because I was filming it all on the same thing. So I made the decision to make a second channel for it. And I decided, I was like, you know what? We're doing it. Everyone's liking the Ask Papa Swole. Everyone's liking the episodes. Let's just do the stream, and more people will find out about the podcast, and maybe it'll be something that I let you all in on Sundays too. You can always watch us somewhere else, but this is the first time we've done it. So if you're like, what the hell is this? This is episode 1101. So yeah, every fucking day, yabooshes. You've probably heard me mention this on the main channel anyway, but we haven't done a lot of the older episodes are on here, but I haven't done it live on the main channel in a while. Yeah, see, I know that, Gavin. All right, Gavin says, vegan is the whole belief system, ethics, etc. Plant-based is just the way of eating. So plant-based is vegan. Is vegan. Is it vegan? So that's my concern. That's where I'm confused, because there's vegan and vegetarian. There are already words that describe what it is. I'm starting to get upset. This is going to have to be a video. There are already words that describe what it is. We don't need another term. We don't need plant-based. Plant-based sounds like a pussy way of, or being a fad diet, like, oh, I'm plant-based. They don't want to be called a vegan or a vegetarian. They want to have their meat. They want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to call themselves a vegan. It's like a social vegan, but I eat meat, and I don't want to get in trouble for eating meat and posting it on Instagram. So when I take a selfie and I have a steak on my plate, you can't get angry because I say I'm plant-based. I'm not a vegan, okay? I'm not a full-blown vegan, okay? Okay. Take a vegan and a meat eater to a remote island, and the meat eater will be healthier. And the meat eater will be alive. That's for damn sure. Hey, Papa Swolio. How can I achieve a rating of NOC for my own channel, my future videos? You'll have to produce amazing content. You have to produce amazing content, NOC-worthy content, and then you can submit your request to team@swolenormous.com. And we can decide if your videos can bear the intro. Consider it. Lots of judgment today. Lots of judgment. There's always judgment. It's fun. It's fun to judge as long as you have a good sense of humor about it. I just don't like the names we put on things. If you want to eat some meat but mostly plants, that's fine. If you want to eat only plants, that's also fine. If you want to eat vegetarian, that's cool. If you want to be keto, that's also cool. That's all cool with me. I'll have my opinion and I'll make funny videos and I'll knock on vegans and stuff because people just get pissed off and it's fun. It's interesting. And I like to bring to attention, it's like, why? Let them do it. Let them do it. I don't care about religion. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what you want to do. As long as you keep it to yourself and it's not affecting anyone else. All right. If you're doing something, but you're not murdering anyone, you're not like, okay, like do it. Do your thing. If you want to eat, if you want to be a carnivore, go be a carnivore. If you want to eat plants only, then eat plants. Just get out of my face and try to tell me that I shouldn't be eating. Like, shut up. Stop. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, don't tell me I'm a bad person because I have a steak. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. But we have to make it more complicated to make it easier to sell a product. What don't you understand? Why don't you understand this? What is the best Twilight movie in the series? I have no fucking idea, and I am so proud to announce that. I've never seen one, and I will never see one. Is grass-fed organic meat necessary for better health? It's painfully expensive where I live. I can't always afford it. The grass-fed, that's what I would recommend. 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. If it's, you're getting more nutrients when, you know, from my experience, it tastes better. I feel better on it. And you can make an argument like there's no difference. You want to eat real food. So do you want your animals to have eaten food that they're not designed to eat, that they're not supposed to eat, that makes them sick? Or do you want healthier animals? Ideally, it's great to get wild game to control animal populations and to get a healthier animal. But not everyone can go out hunting. Not everyone has access to wild game. Very few people do. So you want to make better choices from where you're getting your meat from and where they're getting your nutrients. Maybe it's some other sacrifices that go towards better food. So I don't know your financial situation, but I don't know what you're spending money on. Chances are there's some other areas where you can, if you wanted to make decisions like that for nutrition, that you can shave off in order to buy better food. Most people just don't want to go without some other superficial things. But for me, the only thing that I really spend money on is food and if I need equipment or the business. Like, I don't spend money on shoes and fancy things. It takes a lot for me to buy something that's not related to what I'm doing for my work or for my stomach. So I don't hold back. I'll spend money on food, but I don't spend money on cars and shit. Like, I don't care about that stuff. Papa Swolio, who's the tougher warrior, Rambo or Commando? Oof. I'm going to go with my boy Arnold. Rambo is pretty intense, though. I've been lifting for 4 to 5 years, but my lifts are tiny. What does that mean? 225 for a bench, 315 for a squat. I work out well with intensity, sleep well, eat right. Am I at my genetic max? Is it so less? Bro, I have no idea. 225 for a 1 rep max could be great. I don't know how tall you are, how big you are, how you're training. No, I'm sure it's nowhere near your genetic max. So keep training hard. You're doing great. Question on biceps is wide grip on barbell increase width, or is that a myth? It's all about genetics and insertions. Yeah, it's more about genetics and how your muscles are actually genetically shaped and where they insert onto for sure. Wide grip, a wide grip will change the stretch in the muscle. I'm not sure if it would actually increase the width of the muscle. I think that's kind of a cocky thing to say, how the muscles will grow when you think about it. Just because you're changing the angle or the style of an exercise doesn't mean it's going to create width in that muscle, even from person to person. So, because everyone's different. But if you are going for a wider grip, you might put more pressure on your elbow. Depends on what's going on with your wrists and stuff like that, your forearm muscles and balance. But if you go for a wider position, there's more external rotation, so you're probably going to get more of a stretch maybe on the inner portion of the bicep. I'm not so sure about width, though. You might want to focus more on like reverse curls or hammer curls. Papa Swole, do you think that hydro whey works faster than isolate or concentrate? I don't consume whey protein. I haven't for a couple of years. So I don't know what it doesn't. You don't need protein that works faster. That's the interesting thing. There's no need to have a whey protein that absorbs faster. Like, what's the rush? You're fine. There's no anabolic window. You're fine. After a workout, your body wants carbs, not protein. Before a workout, your body wants carbs, not protein. Ideally, protein's not what your body prefers to use for energy. Your body's not gonna be like, oh, cool, I'm rebuilding. Let me get some protein out. Your body wants carbs. Your body wants carbs when it's doing intense training. I save a lot of money on shirts. Hell yeah. It's hot as shit. The air's off and it's like 87 degrees outside. I'm sweating. I'm sweating balls. I haven't seen Endgame, so no spoilers, please. Papa Swole, do you think that the world's strongest man competition should allow PEDs or steroids and other shady supplement use? Every sport uses PEDs. Every single sport, from the NFL to baseball, they all use it. If they're not getting caught, they're not getting caught. These guys are freaks, and they're not just genetic. Oh, they're just naturally massive and strong. Everyone's using shit. From CrossFit to the fucking Olympics, everyone's using some kind of shit. And when I say everyone, of course, probably not every single person. However, there's a lot of stuff that people can't test for. Whatever you think they're testing for, that they're so hardcore at testing, people, this is why there are still criminals today, and there always have been, always will be, because every time you create a test that can test for these things, don't you realize that the people that are trying to break the rules are 10 steps ahead? They're on some other masked drug or some other aspect of gene manipulation, and then the tests are always behind. They're always behind. It's so much easier and so much quicker to create something that works that isn't getting tested for than to create a test that will catch it, because then you have to figure out, oh shit, people are doing it this way. Let's start testing for that now. And then the people that are doing it, they're like, okay, well, let's switch it up. Yeah, the testers are always behind. Always behind. Still using shit. Ate a 14-ounce ribeye on the steak, grass-fed. Medium rare, it's a crime. Anything more than medium rare is a crime. Oh, let's see here. I'm out for a walk. Let's see. Will you gain weight after stopping with keto if you don't overeat? If you're restricting your calories, you might not gain weight. But when you drop carbohydrates, you're going to drop weight. When you drop carbs, you're going to lose water weight. The water molecules like bind to glucose. Like when you cut out carbohydrates, your body flushes out some water. That's why when people go keto or they go on these cleanses, when they like cut out tons of carbs, they're going to lose a lot of water weight. So that's why people drop so much weight so fast in the first week or two. It's pretty much all water weight. You're not losing that much fat in a day. You can't. About 3,500 calories for a pound of fat. That's a lot of extra energy. Instagram, I'm going to have to restart it because it cuts out after an hour. So we'll wrap this up in a few minutes. So keep dropping your questions, and we'll start this up again. So let me just start up Instagram part 2. All right, so now we're back live on IG for part 2 of, let me just put part 2. Okay, heading over to mom-in-laws. Everyone's doing stuff for the Mother's Day. All you do is sit in your room all day and play video games. Get a job. Have I ever done a professional competition? No. What was it that you said about cold sweet potatoes? I believe it has more resistant starch if you have them cold. I've seen a bunch of people and a bunch of articles and stuff that discuss that from people that are much smarter than me. But I do like the feeling. I've tested this myself. I like how a cold sweet potato reacts in my body. I like the feeling of it. I like how I respond to it better than when it's hot. Like before a workout, I like a cold sweet potato. So I just like it that way now, regardless of what the actual science is with it. Probiotics for better absorb nutrients. I don't believe probiotics help you absorb nutrients better, but will help populate healthy bacteria in your gut. I think it's important. Bone broth and things like that are fantastic. Fermented foods, right? Quality yogurt and kefir and stuff like that that help rebuild the population of bacteria in your gut. Be nice to your gut. What do I think about Bruce Lee's aesthetics? I never really looked at his aesthetics too much and his training program. I don't know everything about his training program. It worked for him, obviously. I get confused about muscle weight gain. I weigh the same now as I did a few years ago, and I'm a lot smaller, but I'm female and doing body weight exercises. So if you're smaller, but you weigh the same, then chances are unless you're doing body fat measurements, you don't really know. Full body or splits, depends on your goal. I think people that are brand new to training, if you're new, you should be doing full body. If you're new to fitness, you should be doing full body. Do full body 2 or 3 times a week. Get an assessment in terms of, okay, what challenges your body the most. Start with the basic exercises. Start with yoga. Start getting on a consistent pattern of exercise, and then you can take it from there. It depends on what your goal is. If you're trying to build a lot of muscle, you're going to need more volume. You're going to need more overload. And that's why people start getting into splits, whether it's push, pull, whether it's upper, lower, whether it's chest and back or chest and triceps. You can get more into what people call bro splits. I don't like that term, but it depends on people's schedules and what they like to do. And if you're creating a lot of overload on certain muscles and you're trying to build as much muscle as possible, you need more volume and you need more time. So splitting up your muscles into smaller groups where you can give more attention to certain areas and targeted training, that's why people do it. Have I heard about David Goggins? I know of him, yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking badass. Does a lot of cardio. The guy runs like a marathon a day. Yeah, I like his mindset, man. I mean, it just goes to show how powerful when someone walks the talk, he's not just saying it, he's doing it. So that's why I love meditation. The mind is so powerful. Now, you don't have to, you're not a pussy if you don't do what he does. However, it just shows you that you're the one that's limiting your potential. You're the one that's limiting your results. Like, you don't have to keep yourself pigeonholed. You don't have to keep yourself locked in. You can expand beyond what you think is possible just by changing your mindset about it. Been thinking about TRT. You've been curious if it would make you feel better overall. Yeah, you'd be taking exogenous testosterone. Of course you'd feel better. Do you need it though? 37, that's probably kind of like the earliest you would ever need to consider it. I don't know if you should be doing it that early though. I'm gonna be 36 this year. I'm not to that point yet where I need to worry about that. Can you get enough volume with upper and lower body splits? You can. It depends on what volume you need. What's enough volume? It depends on what you're doing and what you're trying to do. Women's soft porn. There's so much soft porn. The fitness industry is soft porn. I have a video about. That's so funny. I have a video literally that's probably going to be coming out tomorrow or the next day about female fitness being soft porn. There are a couple more NOCs and Ask Papa Swolios this week, of course, but there's a couple more nuts on chin videos coming. Let's see. Lisa Coco or Kako. I'm a mom of 5 and recently purchased the Fitness Blender program and workout at home. Are you familiar with them? Any opinions? I am not. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. What do I think about doing cardio and abs a few times a week and taking it easy off the weights for a little because of inflammation, pain when lifting? I think you should be doing yoga and not worrying so much about cardio and abs. I think you should be spending your time for doing yoga and mobility, because if you have inflammation and pain when lifting, something's getting fucked up and you're not fixing the problem. Tyler on YouTube, I have weight to lose and I'm trying to get my protein intake right. Is it 0.8 or so per my goal weight, or per my weight right now, weight, or what? You scour the internet for this answer. If you scour the internet, you would find this answer in probably under 7 seconds if you Google this answer. 0.8 grams, you're eating the amount of protein for your body weight. You're not going to eat for your future weight because you're not that weight yet. Your total caloric intake, but your protein is to repair the muscle mass that you have, the lean mass. It goes by your lean mass, not your body weight. Yeah. You've been lifting for how many years? I started training back in like 99, 2000. What do I think of fitness dads like prancercise? Isn't that a woman? When you try to prance like a horse, that's a joke, right? That's a fucking, isn't that a troll? That can't be real. It probably is. What about skinny fat people? What should they do based on your opinion? Do an elimination diet, start strength training, yoga like everyone else. People worry so much about being skinny fat without putting in real fucking consistent work. And you shouldn't be cheating. You shouldn't be slacking. You should be fucking locking shit down. If you want results, you put your effort in. When is it best to do yoga? Whenever you can. How often, how long do you recommend? Whatever you can be consistent with. If you can do it twice a week, 3 times a week, great. Once a week, great. Great. It's always good to do yoga. Always good to do yoga. If you were choosing, okay, do I do it before my exercise or right after? I would prefer personally to do it after, but you could do 5 or 10 minutes of a yoga flow to warm up before training after you warm up and do some cardio. Get your heart rate up and shit. Do a little yoga and get your dynamic stretching. Thanks, I appreciate it. Do I have a meditation app that you use or recommend for a beginner? You just type it in the App Store. You can check out things. There are a couple good ones that I know of, Headspace and Waking Up with Sam Harris. Those are 2 good ones, but you type in meditation and you'll get a bunch of them. Just make sure that whatever you choose, don't, I guess, put all your eggs in one basket in terms of, okay, this is everything that meditation is. You know, remember, you might have a different flow or a different thing that you like in particular. You might connect with one voice over another, but it's it's a great, make sure it's a guided meditation. Start off guided, because most people don't know. I didn't know what meditation was until I started. As a woman, there's nothing inspiring to me about porn on Instagram, to be honest. Well, when it's fitness people that are selling BCAAs and fit tees and stuff, and literally they're just doing everything but showing their vagine, like they're pretty much butt-ass naked, and it's like a fitness page. Get the fuck out of here. It's too much. There's one person that does the most. I mean, of course, they have millions of followers. Everyone does, right? Of course. So, I loved your pep talk on cheat meals. It helped a lot. I guess that means fast food is non-existent for you. I just don't crave it. If today I wanted to have McDonald's more than anything in the world, like if I really wanted it, then maybe I would go get it. I just don't have that craving. I just don't want it. And I'm not trying, and look, I'm not saying, and I used to have fast food. I used to do once a week cheat meals. I used to justify that kind of stuff. That's what I was saying. I used to have Sour Patch Kids. I used to have a little bit before I went to the gym, or I eat a couple between my sets and afterwards, because I was working out, right? I need fucking pure sugar and candy. And then you realize, like, no, it just got to the point where I was eating too many of them. It was all the time, and you get addicted to it. They're good. But then once you don't have them for a while, I just don't crave them at all. I just don't have any desire for it. I've eaten enough of those in my life. I just don't want to perpetuate that. It just fucking destroys your teeth and your mouth and just hurts your tongue. It's just fucking triggers for your brain to be excited flavor. I don't know. Started seeing through it a little bit more. So I'm just calling myself out on my own bullshit, but I don't restrict myself. I said, I don't know if I said this in the latest video. I don't know if I covered in that video, but I like scotch. I like single malt scotch. I like to have a cigar now and again. So I don't, like some of you like to have a glass of wine. Some of you have a cheat meal. I'm saying that you should not be cheating if you have goals that you're not happy with. If you're really striving for something, why do you deserve a cheat? That's why I say make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay? It's your life, bottom line. If I say don't do a cheat meal and you're like, well, I'm having pizza, it's like, oh my God, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't insult me. You do what you want. It's your life. I just want you to understand what foods your body reacts best to. Are you making the right decisions for the right reasons? Or are you just doing a cheat meal because you don't want to fully commit to your training? Do you think that you're getting away with it when you're really not? I mean, step up to the plate. If you have real goals, then don't complain about not getting results if you're doing a cheat meal once a week, if you're eating crap, if you're allowing yourself to fucking go off on the weekends. Stop fucking complaining about, well, I can't get rid of this last little bit. Well, then stop going out to dinner 3 times a week. You can't have it all. You can't. I don't care what anyone says. You can't have it all. You want great results. You need to have great discipline and great investment. What's up, Chip? I have 14% body fat, but still stuck at it for about 4 months. Any tips on how to punch through a plateau? What are you stuck at, man? 14% body fat? How are you measuring that? Number one, because there are very few accurate ways of measuring body fat. So why do you want to be lower? You're shredded at 14. Why are you at a plateau? Why is that a plateau for you? Are you competing? Why are you, what's your goal body fat? What do you think you're going to have when you get to whatever number you're perceiving? Do you think it's possible to be super shredded and lean, maintaining caloric deficit at the same time, increase your strength? No, not naturally. Super shredded and lean, maintaining a caloric deficit at the same time, increasing strength, you're going to be shredded, low body fat percentage, like super shredded, saying super shredded and lean, super shredded in a caloric deficit and increase your strength. No, not naturally. Not naturally. No fucking way. That's not how the body works. That's not how the body works. All right, fam. Awesome. So I hope you're enjoying. Is Mama Swole going to make a YouTube channel? She has content out there. Maybe. Maybe, baby. It takes a lot. It's a lot of work to create content and stay consistent with it. You all know that. A lot of you make content. A lot of you make videos. I used to drink like 120 ounces of soda. Oh, God. Coke per day. I quit cold turkey and went 6 months with no soda. It tastes like crap now, but now I'm hooked on Diet Dr. Pepper. That's just as bad, man. Get off that diet shit. Get off all of it. I'll take 1 or 2 more questions. Let's see. I am talking about deadlifts. I can do 100 kilograms, 6 to 8 reps. But as soon as I get over that, my form goes down. Okay? That's what happens when you get towards your failure point. Start doing some partial deadlifts. Keep working at it. Partials, right? Rack pulls. My plan is around single-digit body fat for a future fitness trainer. You don't have to be 9%. Do you have any idea how lean single-digit is? You can't maintain that year round. You're gonna have a very hard time maintaining that all year round. You're gonna have a lot of trouble maintaining that all year round and staying like full and having good performance and feeling good. That's extremely low. Most people don't realize it's so fucking low, dude. You make it look easy, dude, pumping out content on 2 channels daily. Thank you. That's just on YouTube. Do y'all follow me on Instagram? Instagram at Swolenormous. I do more than 2 platforms, obviously. I put content out for probably like 8 or 10 platforms, different channels. I consider things like Instagram stories different than Instagram itself, than the feed. There's a lot of different stuff I do, but thank you. I appreciate it. It's definitely not easy. I'm literally training and trying to do my thing and editing and uploading and streaming and stuff all the time. It's all the time, all the time. How to progress in strength after linear progression plateaus on big lifts. You can do negatives, deloading weeks. You can do isometrics, stuff like that. It's really hard to answer that question just generally. It goes down only 1 rep. How can I improve my 1 rep max? Yeah, start practicing rack pulls. Good shit. Do you think refeeds help when you've been in a severe caloric deficit to drop weight? Does it help if you've messed up your metabolism and are plateauing? I'm very hesitant to talk about things like messing up your metabolism because that's a very, very individualized medical term that I don't think has a real definition. So got to be very careful using terms that, and talking about things that don't really have definitions that are really coherent that I can, comprehend. The human body is so complicated. I mean, why are you in a severe caloric deficit? Why are you in a severe caloric deficit? Why? Why would you be in a severe caloric deficit? A caloric deficit is fine. You don't need a severe caloric deficit. So I need more information than that. What are your thoughts on athlete X? He stays here. I don't know what his body fat percentage is. Yeah, some people can stay lean, but he's also not that big. When I'm talking about people that are looking to shred up and bulk up, people are trying to get big and stay huge and get really lean. If you get really shredded, especially when you're natural, you're not going to be able to maintain that much muscle mass. So everyone's different, but at the same time, when you look at someone in a video, you're like, wow, that person's ripped or big. Yeah, but you also don't see how big or tall they are. Like, he's not a big fucking dude. I think he's in like 160 or 170. Like, he's not a big fucking guy. He's not like he's 6'5", maintaining tons of mass, and he's just a huge guy. Like, how are you holding that much mass? He's lean, but it's like you got to pick one or the other. You're not going to be lean, shredded, and full. A lot of people are expecting this physique and this fucking massive cut, shredded bullshit. You're not going to get that. When you cut and get super lean, your body just kind of bonks out after a while. It's really hard. Why do you think people take shit? Because your body does not maintain muscle mass and that fullness when you get to really low body fat percentages. Everyone wants everything, right? Everyone wants the end result. Oh, I want the mansion and the Ferrari. It's like, okay, well, you don't just get that. You have to sacrifice your fucking entire life, work your ass off for the chance to even potentially get it. Same thing with building a lot of muscle. You have to go into training with a lot of unknowns. You're not going to find out all this information. You have to put the work in before you fucking find the outcome. Like, you have to put the effort in. You have to put it in. You have to work your ass off. So without further ado, go fucking work your ass off. Go put some work in. If you like this, again, because of course we could be here all day and I appreciate your attention. I love doing the Sunday Funday Q&Anus. If you enjoy this on the main YouTube channel, those of you that follow me on Swolenormous on the main channel, because I streamed today, like I mentioned, today's video is the live stream and decided to stream it to the main channel as well. If you like it on the main channel, drop a comment on YouTube and hit the thumbs up button. And of course, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, but drop a comment if you like this stream on Sundays. If you like the Sunday Funday Q&Anus and you want to be a part of it on the main channel, that's totally cool. And I'll see about doing it again next week. For everyone else, remember, go to swolenormousx.com, click on podcast, and you can subscribe anywhere so you can catch all the daily episodes. Always streaming on the second channel, Daily Swole Podcast on YouTube, and of course, every day, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch. I am everywhere. So Swolenormous everywhere, and I'll see you all on Instagram and IG stories and shit. So tomorrow, episode 1102, tomorrow for Monday. And a reminder again for those of you that are Swolenormous X members, tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time in the private group, we have a accountability meeting tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time. So make sure that you are tuned in for that. But I will see you, everyone, tomorrow for the next episode of the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. It is the Daily Sleazy with Papa Sleazio. I'll see you tomorrow for episode 1102. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose, ya boy, Papa Swolio. Out.